I want to run something by you here for a second. You know, not too long ago, I had ran across a white Muslim, and what I mean by that, she was a white woman, a very good-looking white woman, and she had converted from being a Christian to a Muslim. Now, of course, you know, I'm interested to hear what she has to say because I'm not a Christian. I'm an Israelite. Um, you know, the same Israelites you'll read about in the book. The same Israelites who my people were in captivity in Egypt some thousands of years ago and still in captivity today. Well, anyway, she told me, number one, the amount of respect that she receives from being a Muslim and how much more sincere and devout they are in their belief towards Allah. That's what she said. But and then she rephrased and said God because she thought that I didn't understand. All I did was listen. And of course, what really got her started is that all of a sudden the United States of America has this war on terror. Okay, so the first thing she started doing was doing her own independent investigation and research and her own study. And she come to find out through her own research and her own study is that America, like a lot of other European nations, has misrepresented these people who are so-called going around blowing the hell out of everybody. See, the truth is that these people are warriors, and they usually are peaceable people, and they really truly don't fool with nobody until people start fooling with them. So America, being a Christian nation, has actually made war on the religion of Islam. And that's what's really truly going on when you see America and Iraq and Iran, Afghanistan, and all these other places all across the world. Make no mistake about it. This is the same thing that has always happened throughout history. The deception is that they, or the powers that be, they continue to keep changing the names of geographical locations, some of them, and they keep changing the information. After all, if they are the ones who are dominating the world, then they're the ones who's going to put the information out to you. Well, she did her own due diligence, own investigative report and stuff, and come to find out that these people, just like the blacks in this land right here. The other day, I got a neighbor up here. He's a truck driver, very good friend of the community, and he's a white man. And he was telling me about how that he was at one of the places up here. And of course, we're the topic of the town. Because, and you know the reason why we're the topic of the town here, right? You got that right. And so I listened to Rick continue to keep talking there for a while. And I said to him, I said, Rick, I got something I want to educate you on, okay? I said, you ever heard of the Holocaust? He says, Charles, well, yes, I have. I have heard of the Holocaust. I said, have you ever heard of the transatlantic slave trade? Well, I can't say that I have. And that's how he talked. And I said, really? You never heard of the transatlantic slave trade, but you have heard of the Holocaust, right? Yeah. I said, it's amazing, isn't it? Well, I don't see your point. Well, the point is this, is that they tell us that 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust, when the numbers are more like 500,000. But well over 100 million of my people was taken from the continent of Africa and brought over here on slave ships. My people have been raped, murdered, robbed, beaten, sodomized, and I can continue to keep going on and on. We were brought over here in chains and forced to do the labor of building this country. We were lynched, continued to experience segregation. Affirmative action is not worth two dead flies, it's all talk. Even under Jim Crow laws, and still, I believe we're still under, we couldn't eat in your restaurants. Now, my question is this. All this has happened to my people, which is the minority in this country. How is it that we are responsible for all the damn crime that's going on here in the United States of America? When, if anybody is racist, it was my people that had racism perpetuated against them. How is it that this continued to keep escaping the minds of you white people? Is it so hard for you people to look at the facts and look at the truth? I mean, after all, what kind of cancer do you got going on inside of you? Well, this white woman, she didn't choose Islam because it's a Arab religion or black man's religion. She chose it because of the spirituality that she gained from it that she could not gain from Christianity. Rick sat there for a minute and listen. He says, you know what? You got a point there. You really, sincerely, truly got a point. I said, damn straight, I know I got a point. I said, you know what's upsetting to me, Rick? I said, what's that? I'm U.S. Army Airborne. 10 years. I have a lot of buddies. Ex-Navy SEALs, ex-Special Forces. I guess once they are, they never are. Rangers, paratroopers. A lot of veterans. And in the military, I didn't experience all this. But you know what's amazing is that for 10 years I could put my ass on the line for this country only to move up here in this area and people to hate me before the color of my skin. It's amazing, isn't it? Now, do I care? No. Does it trouble me? Not at all. Not at all. It's a personal problem with the people of this land. And don't you people think that because I have enough intestinal fortitude and stomach to get up here and talk about the real issues that go on in this country, that I'm upset or I'm letting this stuff keep me up at night or I'm worrying. They're not worth nobody's not worth that. I promise you that. And I'm not doing it. I'm a whole lot stronger man. Now what I'm doing is stating facts. What I'm doing is saying things in your ears is never presented. And then he said, well, Charles didn't answer me a question. I said, yes, sir, go ahead. Then why is it that the majority of the black people fill the prisons? I said, that's an easy question to answer. It's called white supremacy racism. White supremacy racism. Yeah. I said, think about this. My people have been robbed of a knowledge of self. My story and my history is never told. They give us the designation of African American. They don't call us American. They make us give us designation of African American to let us know, number one, where we come from. And they still see us that way today. We're not, but you're just Americans. And it was your people that turned around under the deception of peace, sit down with on the national day of mourning that you call Thanksgiving with the indigenous people of this land, the Indians, and you slaughtered them right after you got finished eating 700 something Indians. And you called it Thanksgiving, but the Indians call it the National Day of Mourning. How in the world can somebody even make, lead, and get along with people like this? Well, my people have been robbed of a knowledge of self. We're not the ones that's in control of the C-130s that's flying in all this crack and all this heroin into this country. We don't have that kind of financial clout. But the powers that be, the ones that are suited and booted, they bring these things into our neighborhoods. And just like if you go read Deuteronomy 28, you'll see the curses continue to keep perpetuating themselves today. You see, this is the side of the story that y'all people never hear, but it's not all of us. It's just that I haven't forgot, and I know exactly who and what I'm dealing with. And I told him about the white woman and white women that are converting to Islam left and right. I said, America's a lie. The country is a lie. The religion is a lie. And Christianity has done had its run. America's done had its run. And the chickens have come home to roost. It's a very painful thing for you people to understand that truth has been pressed down. And we have been given a fairy tale and a make-believe. You got to be out of your damn mind to believe that when you read the King James Version of the Bible that Sunday is the Sabbath. You got to be crazy as hell to think that this pagan guy who, you know what, people used to kill and murder people in this country for celebrating Christmas, and now the whole world got it. They won't read Jeremiah 10 to show them what that damn tree is all about. It's paganism. And then an unclean rabbit laying eggs, and you call it Christ rising Easter Sunday morning. Man, you people all jacked up and you know the reason why you jacked up, because you love tradition over truth, and you won't go read for yourself. And since I remind you, and I'm a constant reminder, not only number one of the Hebrew Israelites, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because they are my ancient people. Not only that, but David and Jesus himself. I'm a constant reminder of exactly what's really truly going on in this world. And a lot of people are not playing the game anymore. This lady found out that the United States of America has made war on a peaceful religion who, I'm going to tell you, let me drop this knowledge in here real quick too. Before the turn of the 20th century, all this hell that seems to be going on over in the land of Palestine before the Balfour Agreement, did you know that those Caucasian Ashkenazi Jews and the Arabs, the indigenous Arabs in their land, did you know that they all pretty much got along? And they used to babysit each other's children, and they had peace in that land? Did you know that? I guarantee you didn't learn that in American history. And then something happened. Yep, something greatly happened. So we got finished with the conversation because Rick had truthful information given to him. And I told him, I said, it's not good enough to hear it just from me. You need to go investigate it yourself. He said, Charles, if you ever need anything, you let me know. I'm just a phone call away. If you want to catch some of these people that's cutting the fool on this road and stuff, I can catch them, by God. All you got to do is call me. That phone line will beat them before they can get up that hill. And I said, yes, sir, I understand. I said, but believe you me, I'm not a bit concerned about these people. And you know what's amazing to me? The other day I had my mailbox vandalized. And I can't tell you how many times I made reports and called the sheriff department out here. And you know what's crazy about these meth addicts and these crackheads up here? It's the same thing that's going on. My people were lynched, raped, robbed, murdered, taken from their land, had their language stolen from them, a knowledge of self, the whole culture taken away from them. And then same mindset. They come down here and call me all types of names, and including the children names, and that's what really got me one day with them, and I called a few of them. And they can harass us and think they're going to intimidate me. Now that is a damn. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. That's amazing when you think you can intimidate me. But you can vandalize my mailbox and stuff, and then they all turn around and get on Facebook. And instead of looking at the injustices that they have done and the attitude and the spirit that they operate in, they get mad as hell because I retaliate. And I haven't even retaliated yet. It's amazing, isn't it? Go do a study on Emmett Till. I believe Emmett Till and Nat Turner. Go do a study on Nat Turner. I believe that Nat Turner was a righteous man. I sure do. And after you get finished looking at what I just got finished saying, you're going to get mad as hell. Why shouldn't a man go and kill the people that was killing his people and oppressing him? Why shouldn't he? That's what America's doing right now. They tell us that Islam is the one, and it's a war on terror. That's what they call it. And they tell us that Islam is the one that is causing all the trouble in the world and stuff. And so they can dress it up any way they want on these news sources. But the bottom line is that this is a war still of Christianity against any other religion in the world. And it's just so happened to be now Islam. And they've stirred up a hornet's nest. They found out that these people, not only are they willing to die, but they're going to take a lot of Americans with them. We have superior power, just like ancient Rome did, and a superior force, just like ancient Rome is. And that's the arrogancy of our mind right here, to think that we can go around and police the whole world. And that's why we continue to keep seeing a bunch of Americans coming home in body bags, because these people don't share the same thoughts. I tell you what I think it is. I think, number one, that we should have left those people alone across that pond because they wasn't bothering or troubling us. Well, they did this to their people. Okay, I understand that. Do you know what China did to their people in Tiananmen Square? Why come America ain't going over there sticking their nose in China's business? You need to ask yourself that question. You know, all these injustices, since we the world police, if they're concerned about so many injustices that are going on in the world, why come America, how is it that America is not going over there sticking their nose in China business? I'll tell you why. Because China ain't going to play that damn game. That's just it. Oh, I know that we're the greatest military might. We're the world's lone superpower. And there's going to be that power that's going to bring us down, because judgment has already been set for this country. But how is it that these retarded-minded people, and I'm not mocking natural retardation because you can't do nothing about it, but spiritual retardation, you can sit up here and get talked about, get discriminated. And this, I'm saying this so you people can understand, because I don't give two dead flies about these people up here in this county. I really don't. But people can get attacked, and then when they retaliate, all of a sudden they're guilty for retaliating. Man, you people crazy. You people out of your mind. So anyway, I did wish her well. And I talked to her about being an Israelite. And I just left it at that. Because ain't no way in hell I would even teach somebody to be a damn Christian. There ain't no way in hell. There's much to be desired. You people have a lot to learn. What's strange about it is, if you investigate what I say, it's a very painful thing when you come to the truth, because I can tell you all day long, but it won't be the truth to you until you look at it yourself. And boy, when you do, you're getting ready to be mad and upset. You don't believe me? Go read the Bible. See what it says about Sunday. Go read it, Jeremiah 10, see what it says about that damn Christmas tree. And go read about Easter. Look up the word Astarte or Ishtroth. You're going to find the three main pillars of Christianity are all, in fact, pagan in nature. And the Most High Yah, who you call God, ain't got nothing to do with it. Don't care how much mental assent you put with it. He ain't with it. It's just another pagan religion of Rome. Rome's still here. It's just under the name of the European Union. America, they divided it up. Great Britain, all these other places. People need to wake up. You really, truly do. Anyway, just information. Food for thought.